Name a profession.
Chris Petrovski, and I'm an actor.
So you're from New Zealand. What made you want to come out to LA and pursue this dream?
The dream. Well, it was my last year of high school. New Zealand goes up to like year 13, it's really weird. And anyway, at the end of the year, I auditioned to get into this very prestigious acting school. It was a university more, for every kind of genre, but I auditioned to get into the drama department. And there was a man by the name of Milton Justice, who is an Emmy and Academy Award winner, and he'd been traveling the world for, he traveled to South Korea, and he went to Australia, and went to all these different parts of the world. And he somehow ended up at uni. His brother was actually teaching there, and I was auditioning to get into the school. And he saw me, and he really liked what I did, and we stayed in touch. And then he said, I hope you get into the school. And then finally I did get into the school. I was so happy. I was like, finally, I'm going to go somewhere, because I never did, well, anything anywhere else. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get into university. And he told me, he said, "Darling, don't go to the school. If there's nothing there for you, you have to come to Los Angeles." And like, to me, that was like, oh my God, like this dream, like, oh my God, it's Los Angeles and Hollywood, like small town kid from New Zealand. I was like, oh my God, this is a dream. So he said, you have to come to Stella Adler. You have to, get you an agent, a manager. You need to work on your potential here, because there really wasn't much of an industry in New Zealand for acting.
Right, and that's why everyone comes here, right?
And that's why everybody comes here, right? And so I ended up coming here. I thought, well, I'll just come for 3 weeks, see how I like it. 3 weeks turned into 3 months. 3 months turned into a lifetime. What can I say? It's just like, as soon as I came here, I fell in love with the place. I was like, this is where I need to be. Yeah. You either love it or you hate it. And I was like, oh my God, like I love the city. There's something about it for actors, just to like live and breathe. And there's so many different characters and stuff walking the street, and it's just like, it's so good to be around. And because there's so much craziness, I don't know, I feel like you either get sucked into it or you don't. And I came here for acting, and so like I was so focused on it that, everything else sort of fed it. Like I was like watching characters, all of a sudden I was like, I'm watching all these characters walking out along the street, and I was like, I'm going to steal this from my acting. Well, all of a sudden it was like, it changed my total perspective on things. And all of a sudden, everything I started seeing, I was like, okay, how can I take this? How can I bring it into my acting? Just like, and that's sort of the mentality I sort of.
So how long had you been doing this prior? Was it something you did as a kid, or?
No, you know what? I actually started about year 11 in I don't know what you call that here in America. It's not sophomore, because sophomore is like second year of high school, right? It's the year after. It was like year 11.
It kind of sounded to me like 11th grade.
Yeah.
Right?
11th. You know what? Oddly, there's a resemblance there. I think it's 11th grade. Anyway, I think it was 11th grade where I did first little production of Hamlet, and I played Laertes. And it wasn't the whole play. It was just a little, and like I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was that like, wow, it feels good being on the stage. Lights come down. I like the spotlight, and it gave me like a confidence. I felt very, very confident, but also a discipline, because I felt like I was very, well, I was a badass kid at that point. I was doing a lot of bad shit.
Rebellious.
I was very rebellious. That's a quote you guys have.
Great things come from rebellion.
Great things come from rebellion. And great things did come from rebellion. It gave me a discipline. And that was sort of like the beginning. That was the beginning. And then ever since that, just sort of escalated. I started doing more plays, and then let's audition for the university. And that's what led me here.
So what's that passion that you have for this craft?
It's so difficult to put into words. The passion passion that I feel, like, where did that come from?
Yeah, what's your drive behind why you want to pursue this instead of anything else?
Well, you know what? At first, it was like money, fame, all that.
Right?
The reason why really people come out here. But then it grew into something like you just want to be the best at something, but not also that, but it made me grow in so many different aspects, like as a human being, as an actor, and just my mind grew all of a sudden, like I wasn't thinking like I used to, and I guess the fact that it gave me a certain confidence and power to know, like, you know, I'm an actor and I'm doing something with my life and I know who I am. It made me, I guess that's what sort of gave me a passion. I was like, you know, because when you know who you are and you know what you want, it's like, yes, I'm going to go after it. And that's
so more like you found your purpose, would you say?
I found purpose, yeah. Passion, purpose, yeah. That's exactly what it was. It was like, it's a revelation.
It all clicked.
It all clicked. I was like, the light bulb. Just
So, you know, I gotta ask, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, okay, favorite movie.
Not like you can just pick one, but... Should we take a moment?
Let's take a moment. I think, you know what, I saw There Will Be Blood recently, you know, everyone was like, you gotta see There Will Be Blood, you gotta see it. And I was like, wow, but then again, you know, there's all these, I can't pick one, I can't pick one. That was like the most recent one I saw that I was like, oh!
Yeah.
But there have been so many, you know.
I mean, can you ever just pick one?
You can never pick one. You can never pick one. Because then there'll be like, that, no, wait, no, you know, this other one's really, and always just one after another. I can't pick one. I'm sorry. I failed on that question. Just give me a cross.
So, how hard has it been to pursue this dream, actually? Like, what did you have to go through?
So much harder than I thought. I thought it was going to be like, I'm good looking, you know, I can come in here, and you know, people are going to get deals left and right. But, the amount of delusion in this city in particular, especially Hollywood, is mind-blowing. It's like, no, I realized like very shortly after that it wasn't going to come as quickly as I thought it was, and I was like, I have to put in the hard miles if I want to, if this is going to be it.
And if like the standard is already like a prerequisite, you have to look good, so it automatically levels the playing field.
It's so crazy because like no matter how good you are sometimes, there is always, you have to look a certain way. Right?
Exactly.
That's the very sad thing about Hollywood. It's just like, you know, it's all stereotypes and you're all classified. Oh, Chris Petrovski's going to play the jock, or you know, so and so is going to play the nerd, and that's what's so difficult because now I'm learning like, okay, I have to be the best if I want to outshine a lot of other people who are my type. And you know, and then even if you are like, you know, whoever, Tom Hardy or Daniel Day-Lewis, it's like even then they're looking for a particular. Well, you know, he was the best actor, but. No.
Yeah. Have you ever been told to give up on the acting, like it's a once in a million thing?
Yeah. High school. High school. Many times. I think it's because of that adolescent kind of like rebellious thing that I had towards everything. And that just sort of just like, and as a result, people were like, you know, you're too crazy, you're too involved in this shit, you're fighting too much. And
do you think more people should be dreamers in that sense? Like not be so put down by people who say, you know, you gotta go join corporate America.
No. I think if you've got something in your mind, don't let anyone tell you, because like so many times people told me, and even here at the school, like you know, people tell other people daily, like, you know, I've heard so many times friends of mine at the school, like people that have been acting for a long time, just like, no, you've lost it, you don't have a knack for it, just stop. But it's crazy. Within like a few years, you see them on a television show, and again, it goes back to that look, that specific look some people have, or whatever it is. It's sticking to what you believe in and just going after it 100%.
So you've already overcome a bunch of struggles, like being halfway across the world, getting to where you want to be.
Yeah.
So, like, how many roadblocks have you been through? You know, it must be tough to always be pushed back.
So many, so many. It's very difficult when you have not only people telling you can't do it, but just also things like obstacles, like your family's there and all your friends are there, and you move to this new place, and all of a sudden you have to lose your accent and go to the American one. And
you have an accent?
If I was to go back to my New Zealand accent, this is what it'd sound like. I think I can almost do it. Like every time I talk to an Australian or a New Zealander, I always go back to it now. Like you can sort of hear it now, right?
I can hear it.
Yeah.
You should keep it.
Yeah, you should keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I was
So are they trying to like train you out of the whole accent? Is that
yeah. I mean, there are classes, but I sort of just picked it up. I think it's because I just sort of grew up on American television, like because all of New Zealand television is like American, whatever, so and so.
Right.
It was easy. I think I just naturally had an ear for it, but.
Why do you think they do that here, though? Because this is not the first time I've heard of it. Like them trying to get rid of the accent. You got to speak American. Why? Why do you think?
You know what? I think it's no casting director. Like if I or you were like doing an American movie set in like Santa Monica or whatever, and you had like some New Zealand kid go, oh hey, I'm like, hey, what are you doing, bud? Yeah. It's just like, well, he obviously can't play an American, so like if you're gonna come to the country, they want you to have
like the idea of fame, like the whole fame aspect.
The idea of fame. Yeah. I mean. Every time.
Why not?
Why not? But every time something in the papers comes out, something like Lindsay Lohan, something just like, wow, like you really see how hard it is, like having that much fame and your face being constantly in the paper and everything and that, like that. But I think I don't want fame in that kind of sense. I want fame in the sense that I'm respected as an actor, rather than a celebrity or anything like that. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't care about. As cliche as it sounds, I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about any of that. I just care about being the best. And if fame just so happens to come with that, then so be it.
Do you think people could ever prep for that? I don't think it's like something that could even. You can start to wrap your mind around,
No.
I mean, what is society's obsession with celebrity?
With celebrity, I have no idea. You know what? I think about it more and more, and every time I go on Facebook or something and I see things posting about like Kim Kardashian or Lady Gaga, I'm like, what is that? What is that fame? What is that like thing that draws people? Like, is that a quality people need, or is that something that's taught? What is it? And I just, I don't even know what that is.
Would it be worth it?
Stay away from that.
Right. But like, what if a lot of these celebrities, they create personalities and personas, and sometimes end up getting lost in it?
Yeah, they do.
Are you ever afraid of that?
They do. No, I'm never afraid of that. People tend to follow. I think that's what that fame is. I think it's just like giving the people someone to follow. What do you want to
end up creating with this career, if it's not like to go after celebrity or anything like that?
What do I want to create?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to. I see some actors do just golden movies that just like live forever, and I don't believe. I believe they're in immortality. I believe in living forever in the sense that it's through
film
being put down in history. Whether it be as a painter, whether it be as a writer, but just like I think that's the biggest thing for me, is like leaving my mark in history.
That's a human syndrome.
That's a human syndrome.
Yeah.
And everyone has that. Everyone wants that.
Right. So, do you think being involved in like arts, whether it's a painter or acting, is like in a way tougher and one of the most harder things to do?
As an artist, being an artist.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's. I thought about it a lot. especially lately, and I come more and more to realize that it really is one of the most difficult professions in the world because it's not like there is a set of rules or a way of doing things. It's not like you can open the law book and be like, okay, if I follow this, this, and this, and if I memorize this, and law 1 or rule 1 or whatever, and then I can put it down on paper, and I'm a doctor or whatever, because it's so abstract and it's so like feeling and emotions and like it's one of those things you can never get right.
Right.
And that's why there's no degrees really.
For acting.
For acting.
It's a knack.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just, yeah. There's a technique, and that technique is to give you confidence. But it really is just.
You either know it or you don't. Right?
Yeah, you either know. Yeah, I think that really depends. But
well, you can be taught certain things.
You can be taught certain.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
that also comes with practice. But I think in the end of the day, it just comes from your love for it.
Right.
Your knack for it, and how much you just want it.
So like on a darker note, have you ever thought of what if this doesn't work out? Is there a plan B?
Yeah, it always crosses my mind. I think it crosses everyone's mind. Everyone that's an actor, just any kind of artist, it's just like, what if I don't make it? What if, something goes wrong at home and I need to, go help my family out or whatever. There's so many issues, but I
don't want to think
about it. You know what? I don't see myself ever giving up or going back. It's just not one of those things that... It's not one of the things I dwell on. I'm just like, well, there's nothing for me in New Zealand,
Right.
For me, there really is nothing. Like, I love and respect my family. I think they respect me even more for being here. But it's just like, they totally respect my decision on being here. And, for others it's an issue. For me, it's just like, I'm here. This is my focus. That's all that matters. And I think I'm too busy for anything to sort of... for that to sort of hit me. Of course, it just sort of, it comes time to time to just sort of like, no, I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm working, and...
What's the advice you would give to people in your position?
Never, ever, 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 ever give up. And if you feel like you're losing a passion for it, you probably are, and it's better to just give up. But if you have that fire inside you and you want to do it, but you're afraid like what other people might think, or I have to go back to my family, or whatever obstacle is, don't, just deal with it and come back, because there's so many things in life that are going to pull you away from what you want to do, but you just got to go after it.
Perfect. Well, thanks for sitting down with us.
Hey, thank you very much.